It's Friday. I'm in trouble with the law. This is EveryTrade Behind the Build, episode 34. So welcome back to another episode of EveryTrade Behind the Build. Hope you had a good start to the week. Yeah, so this week I had a little run-in with the law. Stay tuned to find out what happened there. I wasn't very happy. Another busy week, all sorts going on, weather's horrible, standard Manchester, standard British summertime. Either way, let's have it. So, first things first, this, our lovely Navara, not the project Navara that we did. This is one of our project manager Paul's Navaras. He's actually leaving us today, which I'm pretty gutted about. He's been amazing for us, but he's got to look after himself and his family, and he's got a job a bit nearer to where he lives. So we wish you well, Paul, and thank you very much for all your help. The door will always be open, because if you leave in the right way and you give enough notice and you've done a good job, I always leave the door open. Some people just disappear or whatever. So that isn't the way to do it, but Paul's done it the right way, and we'll miss him a lot, but we wish him all the best. But you take note, all right? Yeah, so this Navara is going, so what Dale's doing is giving it the once over. When I sell vehicles, I like to sell them with a peace of mind, knowing that we're not giving away, issues down the line. I would never do anything like that. So Dale's found an issue with the indicator staying on, which is draining the battery. We tried putting a new battery on it, that hasn't done it. So we've had to book it into Nissan because only they seem to be able to sort it. Either that or Dale's not clever enough to sort it, but it hasn't come up on our machine, has it? So basically, we've waited about 500 years for Nissan to be able to fit it in. They're going to do it, but it's a lovely vehicle. The thing is of our vehicles, because we only do local work most of the time, we don't put a lot of high miles on them. So this has got, 54,000 miles, something like that, and it's 19 plate. It's actually nearly 2020, because I remember I bought it as COVID kicked off. So it's in mint condition. We're getting a decent price for it. I'm selling it on to a guy that buys a lot of the vehicles off me. He knows what he's getting. He knows that we never try and rip anyone off. But yeah, I do like these, but they're expensive, and they're expensive to run. So yeah, see you later, Navara.
So Matt, what are you guys doing here today?
Fascias and soffits, Project 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗗. So just getting it ready for gutters and tiles. So at the minute, we're done across the front. So we're now going up the sides, putting the pins in ready, so it's easier to just nail up.
Okay, so for those who don't know, what's the purpose of it? What's the purpose of it?
It just finishes the roof off. So it just covers to the brick, makes it look in suit with what the house is like existing, and then obviously it'll hold the tiles up when we're ready to tile, and then we can put the gutters on after it.
Whilst I'm downstairs, I just thought I'd have a quick look around what we're doing tool-wise. For those of you who've been watching us for a while, you'll notice that this is like the corner of doom. I'm a big believer in owning plant tools and machinery. I don't like hiring stuff in unless we really have to. The downside of that is, we don't always know where it is. It's a lot of sort of maintenance and repairs. For example, these mixers, they get battered on site. I mean, this one has been emptied, it's been looked after, but a lot of our guys and maybe people that have worked for us previously and not here now have not really looked after the stuff as well as they would if it was their own. So it's a conundrum. I love owning the tools, and I love having it here because I believe that my guys, if they need a breaker, it's there, done. It's a good one, it's a hilty one, it's not gonna let us down. If we need a mixer, we've got our own. But yeah, this is like a pile of stuff that Dale and I have been talking about how we're gonna get through it. It all works, some of it needs a little bit of TLC, but at the moment, and if we need something that's at the back there, it's gonna be a nightmare. Because basically what I've done is this space here, Dale's sort of operation that we've set up there is taken over this space now, which is great, and that bit is going to make us money. It's got a huge upside to it, but what it has meant is we've had to sacrifice space. So we need to think about it. We're looking at the business broadly as a whole in terms of what we want to do space-wise and premises-wise. I mentioned in Wednesday's video, you know, we're trying to negotiate a lease on the yard, and we need a place for the aggregates yard to operate from. We've been here since 2017. It's been great. It's reasonably priced. There's no business rates, which can be expensive. It's almost like a hidden cost when you get a premises. You think you've negotiated 20 grand a year, but then you can get slapped with 10 grand business rates or whatever the rateable value is. So we've got so many different business operations, and we've now got 1, 2, 3 sites in Manchester alone and the Liverpool stuff. Ideally, what we need is to consolidate all that into one area, one HQ where we've got the yard, where we've got the mechanical side, where we've got tool storage, where we've got admin space, a really nice environment. I'd love to put a gym in for the guys. I'd love to just basically make our workspace a place, an area where people want to come in and thrive and really enjoy coming to work. But everything's so expensive, and you know, the bigger you get, the more it costs, and the more business rates, utilities there are. And I do believe that businesses should be lean. But yeah, it's either that or I sell off some of these tools. And this is just some of it. Obviously, we've got a lot of stuff out on site, and all the plant is kept at the yard. So yeah, I love owning it, but it does create a whole new set of problems, but good problems. One of my big beliefs, which you've probably learned by now, is recruiting multi-skilled guys. And I'm going to dig deeper into that kind of strategy down the line. Having skilled tradesmen is everything in a business like ours, because we're only as good as our guys in the field, and we're only as good as the quality of our workmanship. But a lot of business owners in this industry will tell you finding those right guys is easier said than done. One of our multi-skilled guys, Phil, he can do everything. I think by trade, he's a joiner, or as you in the south call it, a carpenter. Yeah, but we call them joiners, basically people that work with wood. But he's also a wet plumber. He's also a floor layer. He can, what else? Roofing, does everything. And we look to recruit people like him that cover that whole range of discipline and skill set. Today, Phil is actually doing a little bit of tiling on Project Mayville, which is a job that we've dipped in on the channel before. It's a small job which moves that quickly. We can't really get Hollywood out there, and some of it's not that interesting. But Phil's there cracking on with some tiling.
So Phil, we've just seen the time lapse there of you putting on these tiles. So tell us the process.
Yeah, this in the shower cubicle is going to be herringbone, and it's time consuming. It takes ages because most of the tiles are cut, as you can see, around the edges. So this bit takes the bulk of the time. Floor's done, and we're going to move on and have a joint here where the shower screen meets, and we're going to have the same tiles, them ones that are on the floor, all the way round, floor to ceiling, everywhere else, but this bit takes the time.
Okay, I'll keep you guys updated on the progress of this bathroom.
So, as I mentioned before, earlier today, I had a little run-in with the police. What happened was I was leaving our aggregates yard, and in my car, Range Rover, the phone always slides off the compartment you've got for charging your phone. So it kept slipping off, so I moved it and put it in my cup holder. It was on charge, it's what I normally do. Anyway, a police van pulled up beside me, and then it followed me all the way back to HQ, and I thought, something's going on. I had a suspicion. So it was really right up behind me as well. It was pretty intimidating, to be honest with you, but I wasn't that bothered, but still, it would have intimidated someone else. I pulled in and I got out, and then the policeman got out really aggressive and said, give me your driving license. So I said, well, I haven't got it. Apparently you need to have your driving license, but I had a picture on my phone. So I gave him that anyway, and he basically said, right, you were on your phone. I said, I wasn't. He went, are you calling me a liar? I said, no, I'm not calling you a liar, I'm just saying you might be mistaken. And I could feel my adrenaline pumping, because he was right in my face, and he was, you know, he was a big lad. And I was like, no, I think you're mistaken. Well, he goes, right, well, it'll be sorted out in court. And then I went, what do you mean? He went, well, it'll be my word versus yours. So I said, what, my word isn't good enough? I went, well, show me the footage. Have you got it on your camera or whatever? He went, no, it's my word versus yours. So I was like, but I didn't do it. I generally wasn't on my phone, and I had a quick look at my phone there and then. I could check all my call logs, wasn't messaging. I'm actually really a strong believer of not using your phone whilst you're driving, because I know what can happen. If I lost my license or I killed someone, I'd never be able to live with myself. So I was adamant that I hadn't done it, but he was like, well, it's my word versus yours. So I asked his colleague, and he went, well, I personally didn't see it, but I've got to take his word for it. I was like, what? And then I remembered, it clicked in my head, the time where our van got broken into a few weeks ago, and we called the police. They didn't come out, they weren't even interested, just give us a crime number, and that was it. And then I thought about all the other times that our vans have been broken into, our sites have been broken into and stuff stolen from us, and we called the police and they'd never come out. So I was like, this doesn't make sense to me. You're spending, because I was there with him for like over half an hour because I was arguing with him. I was like, you're spending time here with me when there's other people breaking into vans you could be investigating, you could be trying to do something about, yet you're going to spend a day in court with me because you think, although you can't prove, that I was on my phone. And I was just really vexed by it, because I thought, it's a joke. People's vans are getting broken into every single day, every single night. People's livelihoods are getting taken away from them every single day, every single night, yet he was there basically taking me to task. I don't know if he was a bit annoyed because I drive a nice car or whatever, and I was really polite. I believe in the police, and I think they do a great job, and I know they're underfunded, and this is not a personal attack against the police, but I was like saying to him, I was like, you have to understand the irony of the fact that we've reported so many occasions of tool theft, and you never even bothered coming out, yet you bothered to drive nearly 6 miles, follow me, when you could have pulled me over sooner as well, and now you're wasting half an hour of your time and half an hour of my time with that. And he was just, they couldn't say anything, and he was quite arrogant about it, but I was respectful in the end, said calm down. But I thought, you know what, like, there's something wrong with this country, because he's got time to do that, yet they haven't got time to investigate van crime and people's livelihoods going overnight. People are killing themselves because these kind of situations, and he knew that. I was talking to him about it, and they admitted it. And to be fair to him, he said, we hate thieves as much as you. I was like, right, well, why is nothing happening? And I said, is it because you're underfunded? And they said, oh, we can't comment on anything political at the moment because of the general election coming. So yeah, so now, because I'm in a position where I'm not going to admit something I haven't done, I'm too principled, I said to them, well, what do I do? Well, they said, you either take 6 points and a fine and own up to it, or you'll go to court, at which point you'll get a bigger fine if you're found guilty. So it basically was saying to me, you might as well take the points and the lesser fine, but I'm not guilty of something. So I said, well, no, I'll go to court. So another police officer is going to lose time off the road and off trying to catch criminals to spend time having an argument with me in court when he can't actually prove that I was on my phone. It's just his word against mine. But yeah, it's It's frustrating. And I say it's not an attack on the police because we need the police and they do a hard job. All the emergency services do a tough job. And but yeah, I don't like that. I think he came across as a bit of a bully boy and he didn't like it when I stood up for myself. I think he thought I'd just admit to something straight away, but I'm not going to admit to something I didn't do. But don't use your phone whilst you're driving. So yeah, this is a rainy Thursday coming to an end. An interesting Thursday. I've nearly been banged up, but I've done some good stuff as well. I'm just catching up with TB and our kid Jay here. With Paul leaving, like I said before, Paul looked after our grab and aggregate side of the business, but the idea always was to integrate that into the office and HQ. But what we're going to do, Jay is going to take over that side of the business, and he's trying as quick as he can to learn the software that we use, separate piece of software, and trying to learn the whole of the business that is selling aggregates and running a grab sort of service. So what are you thinking about that, Jay? How are you feeling about the how much training you're on? About 14 minutes of training?
Yeah, I've got it all in hand though. Looking forward to it.
You are, yeah. You wanted extra responsibility, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I think this is going to be a really good challenge for you because Jay looks after all our ordering, obviously the inbound calls, etc. But really, he needs and wants more responsibility, and he's been asking for a while. So now here's your chance. Don't mess it up, our kid. Or I'm telling Mum. How are you doing, TB?
I'm alright, mate.
Yeah, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything interesting happened for you? Well, professionally, not personally, because you're, jeez.
Professionally, no, just busy.
Yeah, we are really busy on this side of things, aren't we?
Yeah, it's absolutely mad. Like, I've just been trying to jot everything down here, jobs that I've got to get done.
How many is that? This is what you've got in front of you. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't know what that means, but say 12 projects.
Yeah.
Is that including the HMOs as well?
So no, that's the HMO.
So there's another 8 HMOs, so that's 20 live jobs, which is amazing. But his TB's got a limit to what he can do. But no, it's good, isn't it? We like it, don't we?
Yeah, man. Like being busy.
Like being busy. Hopefully, we will then convert these into projects for us as well, which hopefully long term is that's the model. Is we get from design to construction, and then we can hopefully serve ourselves with the grabs and the aggregate and maybe a couple of other little bits and pieces that we did. But yeah, busy, aren't we, mate?
Yeah, man.
Any holidays planned though? Because you might have to cancel them.
I've just booked a tattoo. I'm going to London for a tattoo.
A little tattoo?
Yeah, a little tattoo.
Where are you having it?
On my shin.
I wonder what you're going to say then. Hey, a shin, that'll kill, won't it?
Yeah.
You had one on there before?
No.
You got some mad tattoos, you.
Yeah, I've got a couple. But
Yeah.
I want to get this right leg covered.
I've got an absolutely pathetic tattoo. I love it. It's John Lennon and it means a lot to me because I love the Beatles. But I got that when I was 18. I've been meaning to get another one. I get added to it, but my body's that disgusting. I just don't see the point. But
It's
yeah,
a little tattoo. It's not
I thought you
bad.
were going to say my body was all right then.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not going that far.
So that's it for Thursday. What an interesting day. Back tomorrow. Good morning. It's Friday and it's still chucking it down, which is fine because it's summertime. It's what we want. Look who's joined us in the Manny office.
Flying visit, isn't it?
Mr. Riddick, yeah. So there won't be anything in Liverpool this week because we've just been that busy and Alex has been busy in the background. What have you been up to, lad?
Staying with the same old. I don't
know how you do it in property. It's that is the downside to
every
property.
time I come to the office, you always get bombarded with letters. And that job he showed you with the planning issue as well, now add an enforcement letter as well, saying he want to do a full inspection on the property and saying we're trying to build a 2-storey extension. So we got that to deal with as well.
Yeah, it's that's the side of property that a lot of property developers won't tell you about, where you just literally get bombarded.
Yeah.
We're trying to sort something out about council tax at the moment. How long were you on the phone for the other day?
There's another 2. So Liverpool City Council now, I think since the commissioners have been in to sort things out, the council tax side of things now is just like, I've never been so busy with it. So every single one of our properties, sometimes when we've been having a changeover tenants, there's been a couple of days whereby there's been a shortfall where no one's been in, so they're trying to bill us for them days, which rightly so. But then there's other times where there has been tenants there and they've not correctly filed their side, so we're having to send tenancy agreements back and forth again, getting university details because all the students are exempt from council tax. And then there's stuff that's getting billed from like 2018 from properties that we were developing back then. And whilst we were on site, the billing us for them periods, so we're only just catching up to that now. So, but you get a 20% discount when you're doing a certain amount of work to a property. So I've had to send invoices in to try and claim that back. So you're on the phone for an hour trying to get through every time. And as I say, we've just had another 2 again through for 2 different properties, which we're going to have to speak to again, try and get them sorted.
But this is why Alex and I are a good partnership, because I haven't got the patience to do this sort of stuff in property. Like literally, I wouldn't have bought. Well, I owned a couple of buy-to-lets when I met Alex, but I hated it. because I can't deal with it. My side is operational. I like to put money in, get money out, where property is a slow burn.
Yeah, it's
slow burn.
It's like a candle burn in a way. It just takes forever. It's like you don't see any benefits, and like if we stop today and stop trading in terms of buying any more and just finish what we've got on the table and let them rent out, then we'd see benefit from it, because we just take that money and that's it. But because we're continuing to grow, and as I say, we have like 5 or 6 projects on at any one time, but having to cash flow them out the rent, so you don't see any return really. Each property itself is earning money once the tenants are in, but because all the new ones are ongoing, all the previous ones are funding the builds. So yeah.
But one thing that is good, and one thing that's really nice coming off the back of YouTube, is we've actually now signed up and finished and taken our first investment from a subscriber. Which is, I asked him, and he said he doesn't mind mentioning his name. His name's Dave, top guy, been watching since day one. I've been chatting to him. He's a builder, and essentially he had a little bit of spare money that's come from a house sale that was sat there. He had no sort of plan for it, and I mentioned in one of the episodes that we do work with investors, and we got talking. Couple of calls later, and he's now an investor in Emperor Property. And what that does is, I've sent him a voice note to say this as well, it makes me and Alex so like driven, even more driven to make sure that we do amazing things, because the fact that people watching us will then trust us and buy into what we're doing, that makes me want to make that guy so much money, and anybody else that invests in us. And he said, look, you know, he could take his money out after a year, but he said, listen, that's me now till retirement. Just make that money, make me some money, which is what we're doing. So it's good, really, wasn't it? It was, if all the investors were as slick and as easy as that.
Yeah, he was good to deal with. He was nice, understanding. We have had a couple of little tie kickers, like, which is normal. Asking certain questions and stuff and going down the process with us, but they never come to fruition. And we've had that a lot over the years as well. But and there's people who we thought, you know what, we don't want to really work with them because they're a little bit, not too hands-on, but a bit too like nervous. You need to be a sort of sophisticated investor. Like, you need to know how to manage money yourself, because it is a risky investment. Like, there's risk associated with it. That's why you're getting a high return. But me and Chris personal guarantee all the money. So in the event of the company failing or whatever, you can come after me and Chris personally. So that's how much we back ourselves behind
to put our family homes down, basically, security. You know, so yeah, I mean, the good thing about our business as well, there's many levels of security, because if the property, as I've talked about it before, if the property business needed money, the construction business, Preferred Joinery could help out, because we've got this group of companies, and likewise. So yeah, it's quite well insulated. And yeah, David, thanks very much for believing us. We appreciate it, and hopefully if there's any more of you out there that are interested in working with Alex and I and Emperor. Also, if you want to learn about property and you want to invest and learn at the same time, like I said to Dave there, he's more than welcome to come down, get a bit of our knowledge, come and see the projects come together. So yeah, good, one done, more to go. So I'm just looking at our tracking software again, and you'll notice we are back in Nottingham with the D&J boys and girls. It's great. So annoyingly, we can't really bring the content on the channel because, and neither can Dave, because it's at a bit of a sensitive place. It's been a great little thing actually, which I'll be able to talk about more at a later date, but it's been a really good one for Dave and I to be working together on. But we were meant to spend one day in Nottingham. We've ended up being there for 3, but it's been good. And hopefully it helps Dave and it helps us, and I know a lot of you guys are D&J subscribers, and we appreciate. I think a few more D&J subscribers should come over to our channel, because he's got nearly 80,000 now. He could at least let us have another 10% of his subscribers, but they're loyal. They love D&J, and so do we. So yeah, it's good. I think so. That amber means he's loading. So hopefully he'll be wrapping up and heading back to Manchester before the end of the day. Now it's my turn to be Alex's chauffeur. Let's go, lad. This is a vicious angle, Hollywood. Well, I have not got a good side profile, but it's my turn to chauffeur Alex about now. Who's this ringing me? Oh, hang on. Just letting you know I'm on the way to the yard, lad.
Yeah, no problem, mate. I'll see you here.
See you shortly, mate. Bye. It's the dig.
Yeah,
it's got voice.
I'm sat in the back of one of these, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? No, I think there's quite a lot of room, actually. It's nice.
No, it's alright, isn't it?
Needs a valet, but that's Kevin Kids for you, isn't it? But,
yeah, yours is a bit dirty, isn't it?
Sorry, mate.
Foot marks everywhere.
And that's not me, yeah. That's the kids.
So how long is it from here now?
So from our HQ to the yard, I've timed it, it's 12 minutes basically, which I've said before, it's not ideal, but for where our HQ is in Stockport, it's really central. You can't find a yard to do what we want it to do, which is, you know, the whole sort of running the aggregate side, the processing side from it. So the nearest we could get is about 12 minutes away.
So it takes you about 15, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes me about 2 hours at the speed I go. Jeez, I'm a good show for me, lad.
Yeah.
I care about my passengers.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about the Mank and Scouse thing, Al? Do you think it's a thing or what?
Some people make a big deal out of it, don't they? I mean, it's more so with the football, don't they? But
Yeah.
it doesn't bother me at all, one
No,
bit.
I don't.
Not on the sliding in the football side of things doesn't really bother me.
It's
to be
mad
honest.
though that like we're literally, what are we, like 30 miles apart, yet our cultures and our accents are so different, aren't they?
Yeah, I know.
But people do buy into it. I know some other Mancs that hate Scousers.
I know, is the scout, they get a bad name for like theft and all that, but like, people rob from all different
Every
parts of the
city's got
country.
that kind of
do you know
thing,
what I
hasn't
mean? It's just that Liverpool probably has a more spoken.
What have
as a
Mancs
joke.
got? What have Mancs got a reputation for?
Wearing white socks and white trainees.
Yeah, it's a good look that. What are you on about? You don't like that,
White
does it?
socks, white
Chainies. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, mate. You know what I mean? But like, there's thieves and robbers in every city in the world. So, but one thing I will say about people from Liverpool is, like, when you get to know them and you know who they are, like they're the most trustworthy people you can find. They'll give you the last penny.
Yeah, it's true.
If they've got a pound in the bank, mate, they'll give it to you.
Yeah. No, it's true.
And
That
they
I
do.
definitely agree. But I remember I had before, just me and you started working together, I was pitching the property side to someone that's got some money to invest, and he was like, when I said, oh, you know, my business partner's in Liverpool, he was like, no, I can't work with Scousers, mate. I'm not going to invest with Scousers. I thought he was joking. I was like, he was like, I was like,
Mad, isn't it?
really? Oh yeah, mate, I can't do it. It's just no, mate. It's just not. I'm sorry, mate. I can't do you all day. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? But I don't know. It's a bit of it. It is a mad question for certain people, but it does not bother me in the slightest. Not at all.
Not at all. Yeah, imagine that.
Especially when it's like, even business is like, you can get on with someone and connect, and it doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah. We're all like human beings in the day. It's just like, just the fact because you live 30 miles one direction doesn't mean that you're any different or any less trustworthy.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
And then the football side of things, there's always a big debate there, isn't there, about certain things, and like, I don't know, it's just hyped up more than anything.
What other rivalries are there in the country? Let us know, because I don't know. Is it like it's like
So you got Celtic Rangers, haven't
Oh
you?
yeah, that's deep though, isn't it? That's you don't even want to get into that. That's all sort. That goes years and years back, doesn't it? But
Is it Chelsea Tottenham, is it?
yeah, but that's football rivalries, not like city rivalries though. Like other cities that hate each other. Like there's nothing really like Manx versus Scousers that I know about.
Yeah, I know, maybe in the comments, but probably find out.
Yeah. But anyway, right, off to the yard. Be there in about 4 hours at this rate. So I'm back at the aggregates yard, and Alex has forgotten his boots. But luckily for him, whoa!
What have you got for
Oh
me?
no, we've been stitched up.
No.
All the camping gear's in the car. I'm going camping later today with my
So you
little
got
lad.
the boots?
So my missus is, no way she lifted that in the car. I've got nothing. Oh my God. Oh, we've been stitched up.
Oh my God.
We just have to get out.
Stand on the edge.
Yeah, we have to stand in. Well, no, well, we can't go past the entrance because it's not safe. Oh, mate. Yeah.
Well planned, that,
I
wasn't it?
know, yeah, good. Standard EveryTrade planning that. Oh, she's in my car still. Hello, can you hear me? Where are my boots? Oh, great, I've just come down to the yard. I can't get on the yard. It's mint. Now I've got to go into the yard with my
No,
trainers
it's
on.
like, you from a viewpoint.
Nightmare. Right,
Got no boots.
bye.
Have you? You've got 2 pairs. Chris has got none either.
We managed to scrape together 2 high-vis. He's got the big size 11s on. What size are you normally?
I'm a size 8 and he's
And I've got
massive.
Sarah, our driver's, size 5
Fives?
boots on.
Chris has got a high vis, it looks like a bin man.
Oh my, where have we found this? In the tip.
Right.
So I brought Alex down to the yard. We doesn't normally get to see this side of the business, and I know a lot of you guys like the yard stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have a little wander around and see what's what. Poor Hollywood has got his nice Nike Air Max Jordan, whatever they are, and they're gonna get wrecked. But Yeah, I just thought I'd show Alex
So the
round.
tracks come off that, did they?
Yeah, the tracks have come off this, yeah.
Back on now?
Yeah, we've got them back on now. Dale and the dig managed to get them back on, but well, this is going to have to spend some money on this and give it a bit of TLC. It's worth it, because to buy the equivalent in better condition, we'll be spending, my feet are killing, we'll spend a lot more than this.
Yeah, it looks like a blizzard, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that looks like we've just basically repossessed it from someone, but it's a great machine, it's a great workhorse. It hasn't let us down apart from the tracks, but we're just going to get, I might actually get Chris to struggle it down actually, because me and him are talking, and he wants to come and do a bit in our yard, and we want him to come, so we might do that.
It's big. Did not realise how big that was.
Yeah, it's
high,
big,
isn't
you
it?
don't realise, isn't it, this trommel? Yeah.
Isn't it massive, that?
Yeah.
Size of that?
It's massive, isn't it? Yeah, so I think that's 4 metres to the top of it there.
So what's been happening now then? So the stuff's getting dropped there?
Yeah, so all this basically is soil off our jobs there, and then that there is, most of that is screenable. So the idea is we'll be able to load that, we've got it all laid out into a bit of a production line now, load that into that there, that takes out the heavier hardcore stuff which can then go and be crushed, and then through the trommel it drops onto the conveyor which goes onto the mini screener, and that then screens it right down into usable or sellable topsoil.
So you see that bit there, then what's that for then?
So that's what's come out, whoa man down, that's what's come off the soil there. So this is all like, if you notice, heavier.
Still stony, isn't it?
Yeah, heavier stones, but that then will then have a go back through, or we can bang that in the crusher.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that'll just get worked into the crush over there?
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, that's it really, what we need to do now.
So it is all that screenable in the whole pile?
all that is screenable.
Because I remember last time I come, it was a bit of a mix, weren't it?
No, all that's screenable, yeah. All
so
that
what
is
have we done with all the clay stuff then? Took it to...
Yeah, it's been gone to a proper place, yeah.
So
that's it, so
then that pile there, that's there, then is that not screenable then?
No, so you see there, that is basically waste clay stuff that can't be done, and we've got a company that comes in and takes that away and they'll dispose of that properly. So, and then that there is our first attempt at screening this side here.
Oh yeah.
But it's still a bit too...
Wet?
No, it's still a bit too sort of stony, the stones in it are a bit too big. So now we've changed the meshes on the screen and it's now coming down to a finer stuff. So it's hard for Hollywood, but if you follow me around here...
My boots are going to come off.
What?
My boots are going to come off.
My feet are killing. Yeah, so if you look around here, we've got a pile here which is, see, it's finer, it's got a little bit of grit in it which is good for drainage.
Good stuff, really,
it's decent, it's perfect for like turfing and stuff
So what are
like
you
that.
trying to sell that for then?
In terms of money?
Yeah.
Well, it ranges from, if you want to get rid of it, you're talking £10 a tonne, but in some places, sometimes you can get sort of £20, £25 a tonne.
So have we started bagging that yet? No?
No, not yet, no.
So the bags then, what's in the bags?
We've got a bit of MOT type 1, a bit of recycled, a bit of clean washed aggregate for drainage and stuff like that. So we're just sort of trying to work out what people need and sort of what the demand
what's
is
that
like.
Then? Is that?
That's that first attempt we had at trying to screen, because we're sort of learning as we go, and that is just a bit too, if you notice.
Yeah, it's a bit more stony, isn't it?
It's a bit, you can't, it's been here for
so
a while.
So what you'll do, put that back in again?
Yeah, that's going to go back through now, because we've changed the mesh, in the screener.
Okay.
Yeah, so again, we're just sort of practicing at it yet. We're not like going full attack at it really, but
the setup looks well better now.
It's good, yeah. The idea is it will flow that way, and we've got.
So then if it's a hard hole, it'll just get straight over there,
and that'll get crushed. So yeah, it's a work in progress, and basically we're just learning how best to set a yard up.
So then, this is a good idea though.
Yeah, it is. We just need a couple more tweaks on this, but yeah.
Ah, okay, so he's tipping into there.
Yeah, so you see it. So it'll go into the trommel there. That turns. The bigger hardcore
out the back.
Shoots out the end because it's got a slight decline on it, and then the screenable stuff goes through there into a finer screener that comes out there.
So then he's having to move around, or using the 5 tonne then to go there and drag that across?
Yeah, pull that round, and organise that. But that's where I want the conveyor off, another conveyor off that.
Oh, so the other one down there, the Faulty Towers one.
Yeah.
Where's that going there?
The antique. That'll then probably go somewhere like that, and that'll take it into a bay. But yeah, there's a lot to go at, and yeah.
Oh, so you can see there.
Yeah, it's progress though. So basically, because Dave has got my crusher, we're having to pull with this.
I thought it was yellow.
Mate, I haven't seen that crusher. We've not seen it for about 8 weeks now. But me and Dave were talking about a little deal with it, so I know it's in a good place.
I haven't even seen it in action yet. As soon as we got it, it was gone.
I know, yeah. on, you crack on. You crack on. It's my cousin Alex. Basically, so because the demand's there for the crushed hardcore, we're basically having to utilise the Tiger Bite. We're lucky to have it. It's a great little machine, but we're probably getting 20 tonne a day out of it. It's not great, but the economics are still there, really. We want to be doing about 500 tonnes a day, and we're only getting about 20 a day.
So what are you going to do with all that then? You're going to go for all, get a big one in?
Yeah, we're going to probably get a big boy in to do that. Hit it all in a day or two. But it's one of them. It's a lot of expense. Really, I want us to buy a big boy. But you're looking like 200 grand, 250. Yeah,
How long would it take to do that?
I reckon loading it right in a full day, you do that in a day, maybe 2 days tops, if you got one of the bigger crushers in. So yeah, we'll see. So what do you reckon, man?
I like the...
you know, you can tell it's old. It hasn't even got, like, you know, the telephone numbers have got 4 digits or 5 digits.
It's got a fax number on it.
It's not even got a fax, it's not. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. How old do you reckon this machine is? I'm going to find out its origins.
The scaffold boards on as well.
I know, yeah, we can sort that.
Yeah, no. It's older than me.
How old do you reckon it is? Let us know in the comments how old you think that is, but we're going to bring you back to life. I'm going to make it my mission.
So it's a single phase, yeah?
240, yeah, single phase, yeah. So, well, you can see what I mean though, can't you? Because it'll come off the trommel, up that into a pile. Conveyors are the way to go.
Be better, yeah.
We only paid 450 quid for it. So we don't even know if you can hear any of this because it's so noisy in this yard, which is how a yard should be. But yeah, you can see now we've got some bag stuff. So to be honest, we've just been bagging some stuff as we've had the time to do it.
What is it? So Type 1 MOT?
Yeah, a bit of Type 1, a bit of
P-gravel.
pea gravel, washed aggregate, a little bit of grit, and the odd bag's been going out, not loads, not really pushing that to be honest. But yeah, these bays, these are not how I want them to be, but we're just starting from scratch, aren't we? So we just needed that little bit of definition. Obviously, the biggest seller is the Type 1. The Type 1 is literally, we're topping that out once a week. So that's good, that's flying out.
How many tonnes of hold in there in that bay?
That, you can get about, actually, believe it or not, you can get about 80 tonnes in there.
Yeah.
You can probably get about 40 in them. So Dave was telling me when he came down, you need a bay to hold between 40 and 60 tonnes at least. But eventually, what I want to do is all down one side. If we do the deal on this yard, all down one side will be bays and we'll have multiple types of aggregate. But Rome was not built in a day, especially if EveryTrade were building it.
Who's just the bucket there with the
trommel bucket? It's just one of the guys that we've been using to let us borrow it. Yeah.
Oh, so the one that we got borrowed, has that come back now?
No, that one, that crusher bucket. Yeah, we tried that. We've gone back.
What do you reckon on it?
It was good, yeah. And for the price that that they cost,
I think 40 grand or something.
About 30 grand, and you could probably get the same output as our rubble crusher that Dave's got, but I don't know, it's just like, it's the same really, the amount of time you're operating it. I think maybe the best strategy for us with the volume we've got is to hire in the big one. Costs us about 600 to 800 quid for the day. We'd love to trial one for free if anyone wants to let us borrow one for free.
Get in for it, that's what they get it delivered in,
you load it, bang it out. That's what the boys at Ray's plant do that we went to see that time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They bring it in and
so where would you put that piling? It would be tight, wouldn't it, to crush that?
Yeah, no, I think what we'd do, we'd put the crusher across that way, load it from the top of the heap into it, and then pump it into a bay
both sides.
Right. Well, with one or the other, yeah, one or the other, but I don't know, we're just, at the moment, it's fine.
There's a few quid there sitting there, isn't there?
Yeah, you think there, on the ground there's probably 20 grand?
Yeah.
20 grand, which we've already been paid for, haven't we? So it makes sense, it's a no-brainer. So yeah, good visit of the yard really, still.
So then all them other bits there, what's that, the surplus material?
Yeah, our surplus materials that we bring in, we're basically re-ingesting it onto jobs.
Okay.
So it's one of them, I've covered this on the channel before. Do we keep all of that stuff or we just throw it away and just call it the price of doing business?
If you've got the space to keep it, you can keep it.
Yeah, and the trick is to keep a log of it so we know what's coming in, what's coming out. But yeah,
because you're already being paid for it, really.
Exactly, and we are using it. It does go out onto jobs, and if we need it there and then, we can get it out straight away. So, eventually, we've talked about it. We might even look at setting up our own builders merchants. But we're ambitious. But
the site though now looks well better. When I seen it, I probably started here, wasn't it? It looks operational now. Whereas at the start, it was a bit hit and miss what was going on.
But yeah, so we're getting closer and closer to being able to actually push the button and go proper with it.
It's just the site though, isn't it, to find out what's going on.
Yeah, that's it. So I want it all concreted and stuff, but we're not spending that money until we know what's happening. But yeah, Good site visit at the yard. It's been a while since I got Alex down to the yard. Hope you've enjoyed this now. We're going to head back to HQ. Time is against us because I've got to go camping, man. And that's why it's sunny at the moment.
Sound now, yeah.
Chucking it down, but yeah, see you back at HQ. So back at HQ now. I've just got here and Dale, the man that can, is doing something a little bit different for a change.
Hi guys, so yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I've had 2 days down Nottingham helping Dave at D&J Projects. Yeah, quite a big job down there, pulling down a building. But I'm sure Chris will have mentioned that in some of the videos. But yeah, I've got a little job in here. Customer's little Renault, just a Renault Clio. They've had a bit of a bump on the front. They've scraped the bumper. So what I'm going to try and do, give the car a good clean and polish it out. They basically, you know, it's right down to the plastic of the bumper, so it's not gonna come all the way out. It will need a spray job eventually, but because they're just trying to save a bit of money, I said I'll just polish it out and get it to look as best as it can. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on, do that. I'm a bit tired. It's a long couple of days, as I said, down Nottingham. Been starting at 5, finished at actually 10 o'clock last night. So yeah, grafting, it's per. So yeah, we're gonna crack on. I'll show you a bit about this now and get started. So as you can see here, it's scraped just the front bumper there. I'm gonna try and just make that less noticeable by buffing it out with just some T-cut. Just gonna hand do it and see what sort of finish we get. But yeah, I'll try my best. So as you can see there, obviously a few scratches, but there's some that go right into the plastic of the bumper, so you know, without it getting painted properly, you know, that's probably the best that I'm gonna get without machine polishing, that is, as well. So just found a few bits over this side, so I've just got to polish that up. But yeah, looks loads better.
So EveryTrade body shop as well now. What do we reckon? Is there an end to this man's talents? So that's it for another end of the week at EveryTrade. Bit of a mad week. Man's getting banged up. Hope you'll all come and visit me in prison if that happens. I know none of these will. But you look after my wife for me, won't you, Thomas?
Yeah, Sam.
Keep Rachel safe for me, yeah?
Getting in Rachel's ears.
Yeah, getting Rachel's ears, yeah. Ooh, yeah. As long as my kids don't start calling me daddy. Dad. I'm done now. Right, that's it. So that's it for another week at EveryTrade. Click here to watch Wednesday's episode. Click here and here to watch videos you should have watched before. And click here to subscribe to our channel. Come on, England!
You got no telly to watch it, have you?
No, I won't be back for that.